Hello, everybody. I hope you can see this. If you can see this, great. If you could just say, "Yep, we can see you." Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to nobody and nothing. Hey, welcome to my very first ever live stream. I'm learning the technology myself, so I'm hoping this all works. Really excited to do this. I've wanted to try this for a little while. I just thought I really appreciate the people who comment on all my videos, but I do feel quite distant sometimes. And so I thought, well, by doing a live stream every now and again, it's a chance that I can in real time connect with you. So I hope you're seeing this. If you can see this, could you maybe just type in the chat maybe where you're from, or yes, you can see this, because I feel like I'm talking to a nothing otherwise, which is a little bit weird. I'm going to have to get used to this. I can see my face. Of course, I wish I could see you as well. I've had Trisha, Avril, and Simon commenting before. If you could, Torren666 from Saarland in Germany. Awesome, welcome, Torren. And anyone else who's there, big welcome. I can see at the moment there's, Kathy, you're live. Yay, I'm live. I'm not talking to nobody. Yay, awesome. Oh, here they all come. Fantastic. So I don't know what the time is where you are, but it is 7:30 in the morning on Sunday morning here in New Zealand. And I've set this up. This is my living room. It's a shame because just 20 minutes ago, there was no cloud. And I'm hoping that as I talk, this can dissipate. I'm really lucky. I live in a schoolhouse. That's not my own house, but it overlooks a beautiful lake. So if I get boring, just watch out the window and hopefully you'll see the mountains and the lake, and you may just hear the ducks and geese and things fly. So welcome everyone. It's really cool. This is going really fast. I may have to read through it later, but yes, coming through loud and clear. Canada, Tennessee, USA. Awesome. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much. I don't know how long this is going to go for. I'm not one who wants to do a live stream just for the sake of it. I like getting to the point and then getting finished. But this is what I've got planned for today, and I'm very flexible. I can go with what you guys are wanting as well. In past weeks, I asked a few people any questions that they had, and I've compiled the questions, and so I'll go through them. If you have any questions here as well, you could type them in, and I really apologize if I don't see it because I'm not looking at the chat the whole time. Just keep typing it, and hopefully I'll see it at some point. I also have, you can see behind me, my guitar, and I will play you two new re-lyric songs. So they're not new tunes. You hopefully know the tunes, and I'll give you, I'll give you a heads up because you guys are early birds. Stand By Me is one of them, and Greensleeves. So if you like either of those two songs, I will be performing them for you with different lyrics, of course. So they're coming, and then answering questions. I'd like to tell you about a couple of ideas for the channel and get your input as well. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, why don't we just jump into it? Keep the chats going. I will read them as I can, and if I don't see them during the stream, I will certainly read afterwards. How is New Zealand? Well, this part of New Zealand at the moment, Kathy, is a bit misty, but the morning mist often happens here. We do have hills behind us and mountains. You may see snow on top of them. It is winter here, of course, because we're in the southern hemisphere. But unfortunately, this morning they've decided to play hide and seek. That's true, Sean. But they very may well come out later on. So it was quite clear about a half an hour ago, and this lake is very changeable. So we will see. Awesome Jackie writes poetry, tries writing song parodies. That's one thing I really want to encourage you guys. This is a creative outlet for me, and I love sharing it with people. And it's been such a buzz for me to see people enjoying these parodied songs. But I believe it's something that a lot of people could do. So certainly I hope this inspires you, whether it's parodies or whether it's something else creative. Share your creativity with the world in some small way if you can make someone happy. We're all in difficult times at the moment. Hopefully that will help. So in New Zealand, Ethan has asked, whereabouts in New Zealand do I live? And Pam has also asked, which part of New Zealand am I in? If you look up a map of New Zealand, we've got two main islands, the North Island and the South Island. I've spent most of my life in the North Island, but about 6 years ago, I moved to the South Island, which is definitely my preferred island because it's the natural beauty here is phenomenal. And I live on the west coast of the South Island. So the main town, I wouldn't even call it a city. The main town on the west coast is called Greymouth, and I'm about a half an hour inland from that. And so if you were driving from Greymouth across the mountains to Christchurch on the other side, Christchurch is the biggest city in the South Island, I'm kind of on one of the back roads there and living on a lake called Lake Brunner in a tiny little town called Moana. Does my guitar gently weep, William? Well, I hope you don't gently weep when I play it, so we will see. At the moment, we are in lockdown in New Zealand. You may have seen it in the news. Some people were quite surprised that we went into lockdown because it was for one case. I quite like that approach. It was one case of the Delta variant in Auckland, our biggest city. Have I been to Canada or USA? Yes, USA, no Canada, but we've got friends in Canada and we would like to. So yeah, we're in lockdown. I think it's about our 10th day now in lockdown, and it seems to be that on Wednesday this week, so it's actually Sunday for us now, it's Sunday morning, on Wednesday, everyone south of Auckland is looking to go out of lockdown, which will be great. I don't know if you've seen this, but it made international media a little bit, because you must remember New Zealand's a tiny country. A few days ago, our Minister of Health was talking about going outside to stretch our legs. So when we're in lockdown, we can stay at home, of course, and you can only go to the supermarket or essential services, things like that. And you can go outside walking distance to have a little walk. So our Minister of Health said go outside to stretch our legs is what he meant, but he said go outside to spread your legs. And so that, of course, has become a meme and gone all over the place. But I'd like to say I've stuck to the rules. And the other day I was walking my dog Luna, who you've seen in many videos. She's just out of shot here. I may bring her in if she doesn't come to sit on my lap. But I took her for a walk outside, and it had been raining a lot and it was muddy. So I actually ended up doing the splits in the mud, big splash of mud all over me. So I could say, well, I followed the Minister of Health's advice and I went outside and I spread my legs. Cool. COVID rap, Donna, was intense. Why and who helped better than Billy Joel's Fire? Thank you. Yeah, I was a bit nervous about doing a rap because I'm not a huge person for rap music. Bring in Luna. Okay, I will. I'm not a huge person for rap music, but I like the challenge and I like the wordplay. If you haven't seen the COVID rap, I've called it COVID ABC, and I think it's about 2-3 weeks ago. It'll be on my videos page. No one helped with it. And she's saying it's better than Billy Joel's Fire. That's very kind. I'm not sure I agree, but thank you. There is a song, Splits in the Rain. It wasn't even raining. It was just mud. So let me bring in Luna, and then I'll start answering questions, okay? Here she comes. Here she is. Oh, sorry. We'll see if she wants to stay. I may have to. Hello, Luna. You could be famous too. There we go. Awesome. Hi, Angie. I hope you have a great time at work. I'll leave this up if you can't sit through it all. Hey, Luna. Yeah, she's still, you know how when a dog wakes up and they're little, they're all floppy and warm and just like, oh, just leave me alone. So we'll see how long she lasts. She may end up just curling up on my lap. Okay, I'll go through a couple of questions, and then after a while I'll do some songs for you. Right, so I've just put these together. What a cutie. Oh, thanks so much. I think you mean Luna. Debbie Daniels asked, how did I get started with my songs? I don't know if you're here, Debbie, but if you are, hello, and thank you for your question. How did I get started with songs? I've grown up with music. Actually, my parents were Christian missionaries, and I grew up on a ship. And so if any of you have heard of it, it's called the Doulos, but we were surrounded by music. And so you can imagine every few days there would be a meeting. About 300 people, those of us who lived on the ship, would meet together and sing, and singing was just all around us. My family isn't particularly musical, but I think having music all around me like that certainly helped. Oh, sorry, I'm keeping you awake there, Luna. When I started writing myself, when I was about 17, I wrote a lot of poetry as a teenager, one of those angst-ridden teenagers, but I started writing songs when I was about 17. And since my early 20s, I've actually been ghostwriting songs for companies and for individuals. In fact, there's a lot of my work on YouTube, just not under my name, a lot of children's songs for TV channels and on YouTube. So my niche started off being children's songs. I have been involved in a couple of bands before as well, doing original stuff, as well as we used to do like improv songs. So that's something I might want to get into in future lives. You make up a song on the spot, people give you a genre and people give you a theme, and you get the gears turning and out comes a song. So that's what I started with. So I hope that answers your question, Debbie. Surrounded with music and just got into it from a young age. Cheryl Roberts, I don't know if you're here, Cheryl Roberts, but she's asked, how long have I been singing? I've kind of answered that one. Am I a professional singer, or did I just start with the YouTube videos? Also, do I have help with the writing? No, I don't have help with the writing. The writing is actually my favorite part. If I could finish the writing and then just press a button and the song's automatically on YouTube, I would love that. I enjoy the singing, I enjoy making the videos, but I love the writing. The writing really is the fun part. I wouldn't consider myself really a professional singer. I haven't had training except for being in a singing group in high school. But like I said, I have done on the side a lot of ghostwriting for companies, for songs, which a lot of them are on YouTube. And no, I'm not going to tell you which ones they are because they're kind of embarrassing, some of them. My day job, I'm actually the principal of a small school. And so I live in the schoolhouse, and the school is about 100 meters up the road. It's just under 60 children, 3 classrooms, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, this is very much a free time pastime for me. And I find if I'm not doing something creative, I become a cranky person. And actually, I'll show you my mug. Those of you who know the Menopause Rhapsody may recognize the saying, I'm a grumpy hot potato. That's what I'm like if I'm not doing creative things. Oh, it's great to get to know you too, Nerdy Name. I love the name. Your bladder gets an awesome workout, Jackie. Thank you. Yes, and I would love to see some poetry links from people. Just so you know, if you ever comment things on videos and you're sending a hyperlink, it won't come through. I've got it set to cut hyperlinks because there's a lot of spam around. So if you are wanting to send me something, oh, hello, Abby Johnstone. she's in my school, so she'll give the inside information while you're awake. Do the children know my songs? Children in New Zealand know one of my songs pretty well, and the teachers probably don't like that they know my song, because when we first came out of lockdown last year, we were given a lot of directives for being back at school. And one of the things that came out in our media I thought sounded really cringy was stay out of people's moist breath zone. So of course I turned that into a song because I quite like cringy, because that means it's memorable. And so that ended up being promoted by our Ministry of Education. And they made a song, well, they pushed it out to schools and said, to help your children get ready for school, play them this Moist Breath Zone song. If you type in Moist Breath Zone on YouTube or my channel, you'll see it. So yeah, children do know that song. That's an original song. But yeah, I think teachers kind of hate it because just the whole idea of moist is one of those words, isn't it? That's a bit nasty. Okay, let's carry on with these questions. Did I start with YouTube videos? Yeah, the YouTube videos in lockdown was when I first started doing it of my own stuff. And again, the very first video I did, the Do Re Mi COVID song, so it's Maria singing to the children in the fields and Sound of Music. That one I actually made it only for myself. It was the first weekend of lockdown. I made it for myself. It was too big. I really liked it when I finished it. It was too big to email to a couple of people, so I stuck it on YouTube. And because I didn't really know how YouTube worked, it was public, and the people I shared it with other people, and that kind of got the ball going. It got huge momentum. It was like 3 million views in 3 days. And from there I thought, oh, maybe this is a good way to spend my time in lockdown, creating stuff that makes me that makes you happy. Jackie asks, where should I send poetry links to you if you like it? On my About page, there is a button that you can click for my email address. And I'd love to see your guys' creative work. And I encourage you, if you can, put it out to the world. Because I didn't know that people would be into this kind of stuff myself. I've been pleasantly surprised that they are. And you may find that people are into whatever makes you happy in your creativity. Right. Anne Hall Williams. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, Anne Hall, I should love to know how you go about sounding like other singers. Someone commented not too long ago, and I loved the thing they said, I'm like a musical chameleon. And I guess I like being a chameleon. I like copying people. I think some of the songs, because they have the videos, part of it is probably the viewer's own mind imagining what that person sounds like and hearing my voice that way. But I like to put on accents. I'm not going to do that because it's embarrassing now. But in singing, I think in the same way that when you're speaking, you can put on an accent, you can do that when you're singing as well. So I don't tend to take on songs unless I can hear the singer's voice in my head. And I find that if I can hear the singer's voice in my head, I can usually take it off somewhat. But I do think that a lot of it is a bit of a trick of the mind, because we see, yes, Luna, I agree, because we see the images and we kind of connect the dots in our own head. So I'm not sure if you were to hear it on the radio for the first time, if it would have the same impact as if you see it with the video. Oh, the light's better now. MK asked, I'd like to know how my parody project started, then blossomed into the wonderful YouTube gig that it is now. So like I said, it was with the Sound of Music Do Re Mi song. I realized, oh, I'm onto something here that's making people happy. And it was making me so happy too. So it continued. And we were in lockdown for about 6 weeks, that first lockdown. So I was churning out songs because it was keeping me sane, because I couldn't go kayaking on the lake, because I couldn't go out and about. So yeah, I love the craft song with Lindsay. Lindsay, the frugal crafter, I loved doing that as well. She's such a good sport. And I was delighted that she wanted to do that with me. So, I was on the Nicole Sandler show. Yes, thank you so much, Elise, sorry. Yeah, Nicole contacted me the other day, and this is something for any of you as well. I'm asking for people to send me their pet photos. And Nicole has sent one of her pet photos as well. So I do have a video coming up. And in that video, it's celebrating all kinds of pets. So don't worry if you're not a dog, cat. It can be an anaconda, it can be a goldfish, it can be a goat, whatever you like. But again, on my About page, there's an email address, and feel free to send me as many pet photos as you like, as long as they're clear. And I might be able to use them in the new video. And a lot of people have been asking me to do another Queen video, because I know the Menopause Rhapsody one was reasonably popular. So the pet video will be to another Queen song, okay? And I will make that once I get enough photos. I have got quite a lot already, but the more the better. Let me just, I'm loving your comments, guys. Thank you so much. Housekeeping one killed your bladder, I'm sorry. Thank you, Netherlands. Bedankt, hartelijke bedankt. I've spent a bit of time in the Netherlands with my previous work. Okay, let's carry on going, because I'm sure you want to hear some music soon as well. I don't want to bore you with questions. And yes, send me your fur babies and your feather baby. My email address on my About page. There's a button, click email. It's to prove you're not a robot, and that will really help. If you don't want to email me, and if you're on Facebook, just look up Facebook, Shirley Șerban. My name's actually pronounced Șerban, that's another story, but Shirley Șerban under Facebook, and you can just send it as a comment in my message, my post there that I've done as well. And Luna will like looking at them as well, won't you, Luna? Yeah. Okay. Tilly G, when I parody a song, how do I get the original music divorced from its original lyrics? That's a really good question, and there's a few trade secrets in here, but I'm happy to tell you. For some of them, I rewrite the music myself, and I do the music from scratch. Some of my songs are a cappella, because I like that sound. Other ones, I have found the original music track separated from the other one that other people have done. So, for example, for Bohemian Rhapsody, I found the original Queen music, just the instrumental, where I don't know if Queen had done it or someone else had done it. They sucked the lyrics out of it, and you were left just with the music. And if I can use the authentic music, it sounds so much better. Yeah, so that's how I do it. There is also a program online. If I really can't find it, I'll address the copyright question really soon. There is a program, and I can't think what it's called at the moment. But you can enter in the song. You do have to pay for it. It's a couple of dollars for a couple of songs, and it will extract the lyrics. It's not 100%. It kind of sounds in parts of it, but if you sing over the top, it's pretty good. So I've used that for a couple of songs. So yes, a question that's just come up. Jackie, have I ever run into copyright issues? This is a mystery thing. The songs are not my songs. They are they are belonging to the original writers of the songs. And so you may not realize, but YouTube, people can get money from YouTube as well. And so if I had written an original song and someone else wanted to sing my song, I still have rights to that song. So that's the same with me. When I take off other people's songs, they have rights to those songs. And they have the choice to do a couple of things. They have the choice to say, nah, you're not using it. Go away, block, gone. They also have the choice to say, yeah, sure, you can use it, but they're going to get all the money for it. Or they can say, yeah, you can use it, and hey, let's share the money, which is really sweet. Or they can say, yeah, you know what, you can use it, bye, Lena. You can use it, and you can keep the proceeds for it as well, which is pretty cool, but that wasn't my expectation when I started YouTube anyway. I am getting monetized. It's been a lovely treat. Oh, salute from Romania. Salute, my husband is Romanian, and that's why I have the last name that I do, Șerban. We were in Romania last in 2018, and we would love to get back there. We're communicating with family there all the time. Okay, so with copyright, I've got about 70 public videos, and I've made a few more that I've hidden over time, about 90 in all. I've only had one time where someone has said, no, you can't use that. And that's absolutely their right. And that's the I Love Getting Old to I Love Rock and Roll, which made me a little bit sad because I thought it was a cool song. But that's why I'm asking people, if you are feeling old, I don't care what your age is, but if you're feeling old and if you want to do a little dance or an air guitar or a lip sync to that I Love Getting Old song, I'll put the link in the description afterwards, but it is in my community page. I am able to use the song, just not the video. So I'd love to relaunch that song with you guys singing it. So if anyone is feeling keen, early 50s, no worries. I don't care how old people are, because we all are getting old. I mean, even as soon as you're born, you're aging, aren't you? But if you'd like to participate in that project, I've not had a huge uptake because I think people are shy. But if you want to throw off those shackles and be part of the video, I've got the music already. When I get enough people, I'll put it together. Okay, so yeah, with that copyright, for the most part, people are very happy for me to use their songs. 9 times out of 10, they get the proceeds and I don't. But that's okay, I've got a job anyway. But there have been a few songs where they have said, yes, I can use it and I can get the proceeds. So my husband and I joked right at the start when we realized we could get monetized. We're building a house about 40 minutes away, and it's an expensive process. And we thought, oh, because it's so expensive, it's just going to be a very simple house. But when we realized we could possibly make a little bit of money off YouTube, we said, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could get a hot tub for the house? Because that's something we wouldn't be able to afford otherwise. And so yeah, that's what our monetization is going to. So if you want me to be in a hot tub, listen to the songs that get monetization. But that's really not the purpose of why I'm doing this. But yes, it's not Joan Jett's original song, but that is her original recording. And so the owners of that have got absolutely every right to do it. Do lyrics come easily to me? Every time surprised. Thank you, Cranberry. The lyric writing, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's fun. I spend many, many hours wangling it. Usually I'm sitting in bed about 5:30 in the morning. That's my best brain time. I'll do a bit of YouTube work before I do some schoolwork, before I go to work. And yeah, I love writing the lyrics. And I find that if I write it and I try and line up the syllables very similar and the end sounds very similar to the original song, that makes it a lot easier. And I'll rest on it, and the next day, if it sits right in my head and if I can say it easily, I think, yeah, I'm onto something here. If any of you want to try lyricking, I do have a video in my videos, and I think it's in many of my descriptions as well. It's about a half an hour just walking through how I go about that process. Okay. Very interested in putting something together myself. This is from Maria Benazik. I'm interested in the legalities. If I parody a song, how on earth do I get permission? So I hope I've answered that a bit in the previous question. I don't ask permission first. I put it on YouTube. The algorithms pick up who it belongs to. It then sits it in front of them and says, do with it what you like. So you do live with the risk of people saying, no, I don't want it. But like I said, it's only happened to me once out of about 90 videos. And I still get so much pleasure making it. So I don't I don't mind too much, although I was a bit sad about that song because I liked it. But you can be part of the next video. Make it happen. Send me a video of you dancing, and then I'll put the song up again. It just won't be Joan Jett singing it, sorry. The next one, Kay. How do I create all the awesome personalities for harmony? And, haha, how many wigs do I own? I've been amazed at how many people don't realize it's just me on many of the songs. I've had for the Menopause Rhapsody so many people saying, thank you, ladies. It's like, it's just me. And for the Why Menstruate song, I don't know if you've seen that one. It's just me, all the quartets, all of them. It is just me. It's a little bit of camera fixing and magicianing as much as I can. How do I come up with the personalities? I can't say I give it a huge amount of thought. For the menopause one, it was easy. It's just act tired and grumpy, and that's a default mode of mine anyway, so I didn't have to act too hard. And how many wigs do I own? I'll let you into a trade secret. This one here is one. I wear a wig all the time, so I've had, since I was about 8 years old, a medical issue with my hair, and it's not something I'm embarrassed about, but for when I was up until I was about 14, 15, I'd had long hair originally, and I would tie it up in as awkward ways to kind of comb over the patchy bits. And it got too much. So when I was about 16, 17, I wore a wig. And now that's in the 1990s, and wigs then weren't great. So it kind of stuck out like a thatch. A lot like my lead singer in the Menopause Rhapsody. It looked a lot like that, and it was dreadful. And so, of course, I, as a teenager, really felt the from other people, and people are quite cruel. And so when I went to university, as soon as I left school, I shaved the sparse tufts of hair that I have on my head. I shaved it all off, and I was essentially in look like a skinhead. I don't like some of the connotations with being a skinhead. So I wasn't a skinhead. I just had no hair, and I was kind of this groovy hippie wearing floaty clothes and no hair. But then when I got into the workforce again, I would wear scarves and bandanas, which I have been wearing for most of my adult life, actually, because I couldn't be bothered with wigs. And I also realized that if you've got a lifelike looking one and you scratch your head and the whole thing moves, it can freak people out. And I have inadvertently scared people, which is a bit scary. So I got married in the beginning of 2018, and I thought, I don't want to wear a scarf for my wedding, so I'll get a wig kind of thing. I got like it was tied to my original hair, and it hurt like crazy, but I had hair for my wedding, and it was beautiful. I might stick a wedding photo up somewhere so you can see it. It looked so real. And after that, I thought, actually, let me just wear hair. So yeah, I've got plenty of wigs. They only last, this is a human hair wig. It only lasts about a year before it starts looking quite tatty. And this one is starting to look a little bit, so I might buy a new one. So if I suddenly appear with longer, normal looking hair, you understand why. I'm not trying to fool you, but I keep all the old ones. I had a song, Cut My Hair That Way, that I did to the Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, where my husband cuts my hair, and a few people commented, oh, I hope it grows back, it'll grow back. It's like, it was a wig, and it was a bad wig anyway, so don't worry. So I probably have about 10, 15-ish, but yeah, you look closely, they're all pretty awful. Okay, let's just see. Do I know Randy Rainbow? Yes, we love Randy Rainbow's work. I'm trying not to go too political because I realize and I respect that people come from different political spectrums. But yeah, you'll notice I've done a few political songs, so you probably know where I stand about some political things. But yes, I think Randy Rainbow is pretty awesome. I'm too shy to ask him, but feel free to ask him for me. Who knows, maybe we could do something. My music hero in all this is Weird Al Yankovic. I love his stuff, and I grew up on a lot of his music, so that's probably some of the influence. Right, just a couple more questions, then let's do some songs. Keep the questions coming as well if you want to. I'm loving this, guys. Thank you. And yeah, thanks for sharing the story. No worries. Like I said, I'm not embarrassed by it, but one thing I like about YouTube, I did an interview just the other day for a YouTube creators podcast, and I realized that as I said it, one thing I love about YouTube is that it's real people. You know, you watch TV or movies and people seem quite separate. I like YouTube because I'm really no one special, and no one more special than you guys, and you are special, I am special, but we're all very normal. And so normalizing things, you can see the full face of makeup I put on. I never wear makeup. This is in my living room. The light in the background's not great. Sorry, but it's just a chance just to share lives together. I'm in New Zealand, you are wherever you are, and we all have shared experiences, and I think we can encourage each other and build each other up by being vulnerable and authentic with each other. So I really appreciate those of you who have been sharing this journey with me. It's super, super cool. We stand together. Yes, the blonde was hot, except her hair, there's a scene in that Menopause Rhapsody where I'm taking her hair out my mouth, because seriously, that hair got everywhere and it was disgusting. So, don't stand so close to me. Oh, yes, I like that one with the little birds. Okay, I've got 3 more questions here. The Queen with ADD and autism. I hope you're watching. If you are, hopefully you see it. Who is my inspiration for doing the videos? My inspiration for the content of the songs is very much whatever pops into my head and current events. I mean, COVID-19, of course, that's the bulk of my initial videos, is all about COVID-19, because that was a way for me to cope. If I wasn't laughing about it, I would cry about it. And maybe some of you are the same. You look for humor, because if you don't find the humor in situation, life's just a drag, isn't it? And so I much prefer to laugh. So my inspiration was trying to take the dark, nasty stuff and going, let's laugh about it. Inspiration for other things I've tried. You may notice I've not done so much COVID stuff recently. My most recent one is that COVID ABC, which hasn't got many views because people see rap and go, ooh. But if you haven't seen it, give it a go, because I'm quite proud of that one. I think that was quite a fun one. I just go through the alphabet, and each line starts with a different letter of the alphabet. So A right through to Z. It was a dog to write, but it was fun. So listen to it if you want to. Have I done any Annie Lennox songs? No, but I would like to. I've got 1 or 2 actually in mind. I like Annie Lennox and Eurythmics. So what's my inspiration? Current events. And as for the songs, I like older songs, and a song that is an earworm, I will often find myself singing it and suddenly changing the lyrics. And so very often the very first line will just come to me, and I'll go, ooh, there's something in there. And then I'll start making from there. So yeah, the inspiration for my I'm an OK Boomer song, I don't know if you've seen that. That's a more recent one. I've used my parents' photos for that. I've heard the phrase being bandied around a lot in quite a derogatory way. I'm not a boomer, I'm a Generation X, but my parents are boomers. And I hear so many times people say, oh, the baby boomers, they've left us this cruddy world, and they're so privileged, they bought a house for $5. I was like, well, actually, a lot of them, and I realize that a lot of you will be baby boomers as well, have worked incredibly hard, and we all have privilege of different kinds. You know, the generations now have internet that people didn't have before. Barbara, yay. Oh, not Barbara. Diane, you're a boomer. Yes, I'll hit the like button. Sure, if you like this, hit the like button. Certainly press subscribe. If you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe button, and there's a little bell next to it. I say this not because I want zillions of subscribers, but a lot of people say, oh, when are you going to do a song? And I say, well, it's because you're not clicking on that button that you don't know. I've done 20. I try and put them out as often as I can. Tilly, hello. I did answer that one already. Hopefully you haven't joined in. I will leave this on after I finish the live stream so you can listen back to it. But I've answered your question. It's lovely to see you here. So yeah, the OK Boomer song, the inspiration for the video for that was my parents, because they have worked incredibly hard. So if you haven't seen that video, when you go on it, you will see photos from babyhood right through to adulthood, and they're all my parents. I should do some of the 60s lady groups. Yeah, I've got a few in mind, and I have done Dolly Parton. Instead of Jolene, I've done Chlorine, 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 Chlorine. So that's back. I did that last year. Have I considered doing live shows, albums? That is Michelle Byram, and I've just seen it coming up here as well. I haven't. Certainly open to it. Wouldn't that be fun? I would love to do that. But I do like performing, and I even like this. I'm not camera shy. I'm actually quite an introverted, quiet person. But like I said, those who were here at the beginning of the stream, I've grown up in a community where music and the stage is quite normal. So I feel very comfortable performing. Who knows, maybe. The picture's not level. You know, I looked at that when I came in. From here, when I look, it is level. I think because the angle of the couch and the angle of the ceiling makes it look not level. But I looked at it about 4 or 5 times when I set this up. So it actually is level, believe it or not. It's the angle of my computer and the wall. Trust me. I can try fiddling it if you want. If I do live shows, come to the United States. Sure. I don't see any of this happening soon. Let's just get this jolly pandemic done. I'm sad that I've got this inspiration for writing. I want this pandemic gone and done with. The final question that I've got here, and then let's do some music. Michelle Kinsey, where would I direct a newly graduated 18-year-old that would like to pursue Broadway? I'm going to be totally honest here. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've never been involved in musical theatre. I was too shy in high school because of my hair issue, so I wasn't even in high school plays. I would guess looking at performing arts tertiary options. Is there a college that does drama training or musical theatre training? I know there are musical theatre degrees. I'm really sorry, Michelle, I have no idea. My path that I've chosen in life has not been Broadway related, and music has very much been a fun thing for me, as well as working on the side, making music for these companies. Morning from the Waikato! That's in New Zealand for everyone else. Kia ora, I wonder if you have the same fog that we have. I may have to close this curtain when I go to do the music, but I'll see that the camera may adjust because I'm going to go there to the microphone now. Have a sip of your tea. I'm going to just get the guitar ready and we're going to do some songs, okay? So like I said right at the start, I've got 2 songs I want to do for you. This is live. So what you see on the videos is edited. When it's live, if I mess up, I'm going to laugh and I'm going to probably start again. And so I do ask for your grace, because it's very possible that I will mess up. You see the curated, very edited, very nice work, and I'm going to show you the raw and nasty. Oh, look, see, the thing about wigs, they lose hair all the time as well. So I can see this loose hair sticking up. Okay, yeah, it's very likely. Love the scenery behind me. I will keep it open because when I go there, the light may adjust. Sorry if it seems a bit dark for a while. I may come back to adjust the thing. So the 2 songs I'm doing, one is a takeoff of Stand By Me, and I thought let's do one about hand hygiene, since that's suddenly something that everyone has to think about. So hand hygiene, feel free to sing along from when you're watching along, and I'm using something called a loop pedal. I'll explain it a little bit as I go through it. Yeah, you lose hair all the time, don't need a wig for that. The worst thing is when you see, I've done this before, you see a loose hair on someone's neck and on their clothes and you pull it off and it's attached. I did that with a guy and it was really, really embarrassing. So yeah, just leave people's loose hair alone, maybe. And then the other song I'll do is, it doesn't have loop pedal effects, of Green Sleeves, and it's about something close to my heart. I'll leave it at that and I'll explain it when I'm there. Okay, give me a moment. Oh, you can't really see me, can you? Just my silhouette. What I may have to do is I'll move this a wee bit closer. I'll just have to close this curtain a little bit, because otherwise I'm going to be a silhouette. So I'm just using my webcam. Oh, now I'm up. Oh, goodness me. Okay, bear with me. I think that's not going to work at all, is it? Let me move my cup of tea and bring this a wee bit closer, because what's the point of having the camera on if you can't see? Sorry, I was hoping to do a long shot so that you'd be able to see the loop pedal, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Otherwise, you're not going to see. But hey, isn't that view something? So yeah, we live, this is our garden over here, and you may see some chickens go past, and then there's a lake in the mountains. It is quite a cloudy day though, so I'll open this up again. How is that? Not great. Okay, I may have to do it this way. That should, hopefully, be a bit, yeah, that's a little bit better. Phew. I thought otherwise that's going to... Does that painting look straighter? It doesn't, does it? I promised you it is straight. I promise. Maybe we'll get a wee bit closer. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, like I said, this first song is Stand By Me. I'm using something called a loop pedal. So what happens is I tap my foot on it and it records. And when I stop tapping my foot, whatever I've recorded will loop. And I can keep going over it and adding to that layer. Those of you who know Ed Sheeran's work, he uses looper pedal a lot. And sorry, if you're expecting an Ed Sheeran show, you ain't going to get it, but you're going to get the same technology. Okay. Oh, that's awful. See, I told you. See, that's it playing again, so I'm going to delete that one. You're getting raw here. This is not edited. Here we go. Let's do that again. I hope you recognize it. See how it's now continuing? So this is when you can bring other instrumentation in. And so I couldn't find my shaker, so I've got some Gaviscon. And that will work really nicely as a shaker. So feel free to hum along at home. Got to scratch your bum. Pat dogs at the park. Blow balloons right after you've had a week. Do not be blasé when picking dirt from your graze. Don't go wrong. Wash your hands, keep them clean. Oh, darling, darling, hand hygiene. Oh, oh, keep them clean. Wash hands now, make them gleam. Hand hygiene. Dying fly that you just shoot on. Handrails at the mall, or those mountains of used tissues and money. To the eye, naked eye, it looks like nothing is there. But look closer, you will not like what you see. Oh, darling, darling, hand hygiene. Oh, oh, keep them clean. Wash hands now, make them gleam. Hand hygiene. Okay, let's get fancy. Hand hygiene, oh, oh, keep them clean. Wash hands now, keep them clean. Hand hygiene, sing along with me, oh, darling, hand hygiene, oh, oh, hand hygiene, oh, hands, keep them clean. Keep them clean. Now the cool thing with the loop pedal, I can just pretend I'm playing and it's just playing all the recordings. The difficult thing about it is stopping the song, because really what you need to do if you want to fade it out, you just slowly fade it out. So I'm going to just do a countdown Five, four, three, two, one. Ta-da! There you go. That was the first song. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't read the chat from here. I can see a few smiley faces and things. Sorry if I ruined that song for you, if I talked about dog poo and stuff like that. But hey, that's part of the fun. So I said the second song I was doing, it's not loop pedals, sorry. If I can find a way to do a loop pedal with it in the future, I will. But this song is about something close to my heart. It's a stupid thing, but I kill plants, and I've got a plant here, and I've got this one here. Isn't that a cool holder? One of the parents at my school gave this to me. I'll put it here for the song. But I kill plants. Are any of you like that? Yeah, I keep people alive reasonably. The kids in my school do okay, but I kill plants. And so that's why I've got this succulent. And I'm amazed that this one is still alive. I have been given so many plants in my life that have met a terrible end. And so I thought, well, instead of singing green sleeves, I'm going to sing about green leaves. And oh, you coming too, Luna? Come up on the couch, see? Luna might join us for the song. Okay, so just another bit of, whoop. I'm going to use a capo for this. Those of you who don't know, yes, there's Luna. Can't be that bad if she's wanting to sleep through it. If she starts howling, I know it's bad. Okay. Actually, I'm going to move that plant, otherwise I'm going to kill it with my guitar. If I kill it with my guitar, I'll have to make a new verse. I didn't include a verse about that. Okay. I'll just move the words so I can see them. Sorry, I'm not very good at memorizing words. That's one thing you may notice in some songs. If I'm in the videos that I'm kind of looking to the side, I can't really avoid that because I just can't memorize words. I have terrible memory. And what I do is I print them out on paper and blue tack them underneath my camera so I'm looking as close to the camera as possible. But yeah, I've had some people comment, why aren't you looking direct at the camera? It's like, because I just don't have a good memory. Okay, here we go. See if you can relate to this song. Got a tune, otherwise I sound bad. Okay. Alas, dear plants, I do you wrong to kill you off so discourteously. Forget to water you for so long, should not be in my custody. Green leaves, I give them blight. Green leaves not in my household. Green leaves come apart, destroyed. I've got no green fingers, poor leaves. A herbicidal maniac, I send all plants to an early grave. The best intentions to till the land, but instead they get drought and heat wave. Green leaves, I can't get it right. Green leaves never get to want. Green leaves, something I avoid. I'll stick with the grocer for beans. The hardiest hard to kill cacti have met their match and succumbed to me. I either place them in little light or water them too generously. Green leaves given up the fight. Green leaves wither or get moved. Green leaves, now I'm paranoid. I've got no green fingers, poor leaves. Green leaves given up the fight. Green leaves with a roar get old. Green leaves, now I'm paranoid. I've got no green fingers, poor leaves. Ta-da! Right, let me come back to the closer to the computer. Hope you enjoyed that. Look, there's the view behind me. You can see it's can you see the chicken in the garden? Awesome. So I'll do a quick scroll through the comments. That's all I planned for today. Gosh, we've been going for nearly an hour. I thought I'd be about 20 minutes tops. So can any of you relate to the green leaves? Am I the only one that kills plants? Anyone else? Oh, thank you for the nice comments. Awesome. And Meepski, if you're the Meepski I'm thinking of, huge hello and hugs if you're the one I know. If you're not the one I know, then take that back because that's weird. Plant killer, yes, I am a plant killer. Beautiful view, where am I located? I am in New Zealand on the South Island on the west coast. So this is not the sea, this is an inland lake called Lake Brunner. If you go onto Google and look up Lake Brunner, it's a pretty fabulous place to live. If you like the outdoor pictures, I do a lot of photography as well. And on my Instagram, if you look up my name, so Shirley, Serban, I mainly put landscapes and nature photography on my Instagram. Oh, good. Art by Sparkle and Jackie, you're also plant killers. I don't feel. She is the Meepski I'm thinking of. Yay, hello. Lovely to see you on here. Right, guys, I think we're going to call it a day. I'm not going to stretch this just so that I can say we did it for an hour, but I'm loving reading your comments. Thank you so much for joining me. I realize this is nighttime for some of you, and now it is 8:21 in the morning for me. I'm actually starting to feel a bit more awake, and Luna's decided that she's had enough and she's going to bed. My husband's still asleep, and so hopefully that singing didn't wake him up too much. But yeah, whatever you guys are doing today, tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. I will just canvas. I'll ask a couple of questions before I go, just to get your input. Would you like more lives? It's something that I'm happy to do in the future, where I can do more loop pedal stuff, and maybe we can talk about some stuff. So if you would like more lives, then either comment in the chat while we're live, or otherwise add to comments below once this goes. And if you've got any themes that you'd like to talk about, I can go through the creative process. We could try writing a song together. That's something I've actually thought. I love the idea of doing creative with people. And so there's an art channel that I've seen where they spin a wheel, and whatever it lands on 3 or 4 times, they choose to make something on the spot then and there. And I like that idea. And if we could do anything to foster creativity in each other, so maybe if we drew a song or a theme out of a hat, and then that becomes our inspiration, and then we can try and work on something together, whether you're a painter or a stitcher. I'm a stitcher as well, or anything else. Hey, Lindsay, just catching this. Hi, nice to see you. So yeah, if any of you do want more lives, it's sounding like a lot of people are wanting to do creative stuff together. Awesome. I will come up with something, okay? Maybe we won't do it too regularly and beat a dead horse, but maybe once a month or something like that. We can do a live where we can work on some creative stuff together. I'm happy to talk through any of the processes. I'll do some more live music. Did you like that loop pedal? Loop pedals are amazing, aren't they? So am I offended by Shirl? Not at all. Not at all. When I was a kid, most people called me Shirls with the S on the end, but I really don't mind. Israel, awesome. Oh, and you're staying up late night, and I'd go to bed. Over 100 people watching me. I'm so freaked out. No, guys, really appreciate it. And again, I will remind you, send me your pet photos, either through my Facebook page, or if you go on my About page on my channel, my email address is there. Send me your pet photos, because I will put them together in a Queen song, because people have been asking for another Queen song. Yes, just reading this, people are interested in doing more creative stuff and more lives. We will do it. How do I pronounce my surname? Șerban. And I'm probably saying it wrong. It's Romanian. My maiden name is Booth, which was much easier to say. But my husband is from Romania. And so the little wiggle, it's like a comma under the S, means that instead of saying S, you say sh. And the B-A-N, I had to think how I spelt my name, B-A-N is like bun. So I tell people, look, if you really want to say it kind of properly, think I've got a bread roll. It's the feeding of the 5,000. I've got a bread roll. I'm sharing it with people. Șerban. So yeah, Shirley Șerban. I really don't mind if you butcher it, because like Budapest, exactly. Okay, love your sense of humor. I'm glad someone does, because it is eclectic. So I've just found a bunch of eclectic people. Yay, awesome. So yeah, reminder, send me your pet photos. And as soon as I've got them all, I will put them to a Queen song. And also those of you who are feeling super brave, because I explained why I don't have the I Love Getting Old song anymore because of copyright stuff for the video. I want to do the song, but I would like videos of brave of you ones. And when I have enough brave people videos, you can sing the lyrics, you can slow it down. I've received one where the person just slowed it right down so they could follow easily. I can always speed it up, so that's no issue. Or play air guitar or dancing or whatever you like. If you're feeling shameless, feel free. You don't have to do the whole song, just little parts from it, and then I can put them together to make the video. I'm not going to do it until I get enough, and I'm in no hurry. So that may not come for months and months and months. Thank you, just another viewer, educated and entertained. Thank you. Ask my husband for Mama Liga, mujde. I know Mama Liga. I make Mama Liga. I'm not too sure what mujde is. I'll have to ask him. I've probably had it. You're very welcome, Jeannie. You pronounce it as Șerban. That's how everyone pronounces it, because if you don't know, you don't know. Pet photos. Are you from Australia, Christina? Yeah, pet photos. I have a New Zealand accent. Pet photos. Photos of your dogs, your cats, your cows, your turkeys, your whatever you have. I've got my chickens in the garden. You can see. Where is my hand? That black spot there, that is either Janice or Phoebe. Oh, not Phoebe, sorry, Phoebe died. Janice or Monica or Rachel. You can probably get the name link. And those clouds over the lake are just looking stunning, aren't they? Trouble is you can't sing. You don't have to sing. I will put the music over it. So don't worry what you sound like. I'm going to mute everything. And from there, we will go. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, most of you, and have a wonderful day, those of you on this side of the timeline. And I will talk to you later. And yeah, more videos coming. If you haven't subscribed, if you want to know when the next videos come, that's the main reason. Yeah, Phoebe did die. I'm sorry. She was my favorite one too. She was the only one that had white in her feathers. So she was the only one I could actually tell apart from the other ones. The other ones, they're Janice, Monica, and Rachel, but I don't know which one's which. Okay, guys. So yeah, if you want to know when more videos come, subscribe and click that little bell, because that's what gets you the notifications. Otherwise, I've got the Facebook page, got the Instagram. If you want to see the nature photos, all of these are linked on the About page. Aroha nui ka pai. Where do we find the lyrics for these songs that I've just done? You know what? I'll stick them in the description later. How about, the lyrics for the old person song? I will put a link for that as well. I've made a video that you'll be able to look in there. Okay, guys, basically anything I've talked about that links you to stuff, I will stick in the description afterwards. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Cheerio. Bye. And end.